What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Now, a lot of people have asked in other streams for other Star Wars video games, is Galaxy of Heroes worth playing? Is it a game that I should try out, or it's been out for a while? Is it something that's really fun for new players, or is it something that, the established players can have fun with it because they're at their end game, but is it possible for me to reach the end game? What kind of fun is it? Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the in-game economy, some of the changes, some of the gameplay. And in 2021, is it worth creating a new Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes account? Let's talk about that. Now, first, for anyone that is not aware of what Galaxy of Heroes is, which is kind of weird because you found this video, so maybe you were just searching Star Wars games. Anyways, that's beyond the point. Galaxy of Heroes is a hero collector game in which you will collect different characters, power them up, give them abilities, create them with other characters of similar styles like Jedi, Sith, Empire, things like that, and then battle your characters against other people's characters. Pretty self-explanatory. There's guild functionality so you can play with your friends or with a group of random people. There's a lot of PvP content, and there's a lot of PvE content if you're not really into PvP stuff. Now, when approaching the question, is Galaxy of Heroes worth playing in 2021, there are two ways you have to approach this: the pay-to-play and the free-to-play aspects. If you are a pay-to-play player, which means you have hundreds of dollars you're willing to dish out on the game, and you don't have any qualms about that, no judgment here, then yeah. This is a great game. If you love Star Wars, if you like this kind of game and you have money you're willing to spend, then you definitely can have a blast in this game. Since that's pretty straightforward, this video is mostly going to be focused on if this game is really worth playing from a free-to-play perspective. So number one, the first thing that I want to say about if this game is worth playing in 2021 is if you are the kind of person that hates the idea of pay to win, and I mean you hate it, like you actually lose sleep at night, don't play this game. This game is a mobile game. Mobile games are traditionally pay to win. As you can see, there are a lot of packs that you can buy for various amounts of dollars. You can buy lots of crystals for up to $100. This is a very pay-to-play heavy game. So for different things like Squad Arena, things like that, if you and a friend start at the exact same time, your friend pays $1,000, you pay no money, your friend is going to have a lot more stuff, they're going to be at the top of their Squad Arena, and you are going to be in the very back. That's how the game works. If you can get over that, if you are okay with not being at the very front of your Squad Arena without having every single character that you want at day one, then keep watching. Otherwise, this game, unfortunately, probably isn't for you. Now, the one thing I will throw in there for anyone that is willing to spend a little bit of money on the game, I have had a few people ask, okay, I want to get ahead in the game, but I don't want to become a mega whale. What are some packs that I should buy, to kind of get me jump started? What are some decent packs to buy? This one, the Hyperdrive bundle. Because packs are something it's a slippery slope. Once you start buying packs, it's very hard to stop buying packs. That's why casinos make so much money. The Hyperdrive bundle, it's $100. It's very scary. $100 is a lot of money, especially to spend on a mobile game, you might think. But it's very easy to use microtransactions on all of these other crystals packs that will easily add up to the $100. And this is an incredible value. For the in-game economy, you might think $100 is not a value for a mobile game. For this in-game economy, $100 is an incredible value. It will save you, I'm making math up here, roughly a year of farming and grinding. It gives you a lot of characters, it gives you a lot of gear, gives you a lot of stuff that you need to get ahead in the game to be ready to start competing at a little bit higher level. So if you're going to buy any packs, if you think you might spend any money and you are afraid that you might potentially continually spend money, if you think you could hit that $100 mark at any time ever, combining all of your purchases that you might make in a few months, just go ahead, buy the Hyperdrive bundle. I guarantee you, it's definitely worth it over spending microtransactions over and over that are going to amount to the same amount, and you're not going to get anything close to that amount. Now, I say that Galaxy of Heroes is pay to win, and that is true, but only from a certain perspective. Squad Arena is very heavy pay to win. Now, after a few years, once you get a better characters and you start to unlock Galactic Legends tier characters, then you can, as a free-to-play player, make it up to number one without having spent any money. It will take you years, though, to make it that far. However, there are game modes in this game that are not pay to win. Most notably, and my personal favorite game mode in this game, is Grand Arena Championships. What that is you will take your team, all of your characters that you have combined, and you will form teams, you will set them on defense. Your opponent will do the same thing, and then you will use your leftover characters to form offensive teams and attack their defensive teams. In this, you are paired up against people of your similar power, meaning that you and your friend who spent $1,000 on the game, you're not going to get paired up against each other because your power is going to be incredibly different. So yes, you could still get paired up against someone that's a whale and has a very focused roster, has very expensive characters, but it's still going to be within a similar power threshold. So you still definitely will have a chance on winning in that fight. Similarly, for guild events like Territory War, it's also going to be based on galactic power. Now, yes, if you are at the low galactic power threshold in a guild of pretty high galactic power people, the opposing guild is going to have a high galactic power. However, your guild should not just get absolutely thrashed unless they have poor strategy because the other guild will have similar galactic power to you. So it's still kind of even. Yes, they, once again, could have very focused rosters, could have really good characters. Your guild might not have very focused rosters. That's beside the point. That's not regarding pay to win. That's regarding being focused. But power perspective, it is still balanced. Not only is there PvP content that is balanced, there's also a lot of PvE content. At the very early game, there's the Galactic War Table, which for me isn't really fun anymore because I've been playing the game for a while. I know what characters to unlock. This isn't really fun for me. But for some people it is. We have Galactic Challenges, which is a new addition to the game. You have different feats, different modifiers that add a little bit of a twist. Again, PvE content isn't really my thing, so I'm probably not going to sell it abundantly well. There are territory battles that you participate in with your guild, and there are some other different challenges like assault battles, and all these different like indoor escalation stuff like that you can do on your own time that aren't PvP. So if you're not into PvP content, there is a lot of PvE content in the game as well. All right, so now let's talk about free-to-play growth in the game. Now, if you would have asked me about a year ago if I thought that you should start playing this game as a new player, which people did ask me, I said no every single time. And this is why. Whenever you start playing the game, you start off with characters like Clone Wars Chewbacca, Jedi Consular, Luke Skywalker Farm Boy, Clone Sergeant Phase 1. Like, you start out with these characters that are not super important in the Star Wars universe and characters that you honestly don't really care about. And what's the fun of this game? The fun in this game is collecting the characters that you love, like Grandmaster Yoda, Zalbar, Mission, Bastila, the Revans, things like that. That's what's fun about the game, is unlocking the characters from the Star Wars universe that you really like and getting to play with them, whether or not they're super powerful. Like some people, like I have people in my guild on my main account that have unlocked like Zam Wessel, who's not a good character, but they really like Zam Wessel. Like, you can do that. And about a year ago and anytime before that, that was really hard to do. Now, however, that has actually been made a lot easier. So how it used to be is you would spend this energy on battles to unlock shards for your character. The shards would get you more stars, which makes them more powerful. And it used to be that whenever you did this, you got every energy, you had a chance to get one shard. Well, just a few months ago, Capital Games released an update to where after a character has been out in the game for at least a year, which for a new player is going to be most of the characters, you now get a chance for 2 shards instead of 1. So effectively doubling the rate at which you can get these characters. And that is absolutely huge. If I were looking at my roster, this is my new roster. If I was looking at my roster 3 years ago when I started playing this game, I would be absolutely dumbfounded by the amount of progress that I have been able to make now versus back then. The idea that I could have a 7-star Bastila, be farming my Old Republic characters, have Grandmaster Yoda, Thrawn, and Palpatine already unlocked is absolutely insane compared to people that started playing the game a few years ago. So I would say that now with this accelerated growth mechanism, this is absolutely a great incentive for new players to come and play the game. Absolutely phenomenal. This adds a lot of viability for new players to get characters that they like and characters that are powerful. So I definitely think this is a win for the free-to-play player base, and is definitely a reason you should come play. Now, another win for the free-to-play player base and the new player base is the Journey Guide. Now, this isn't exactly a new win. This came out last year, but it is something that for new players is going to be a huge win. Now, to make it understandable as to why this is valuable, let me tell you how it used to be with collecting legendary characters. Legendary characters being like Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Grandmaster Yoda, Palpatine, Thrawn, Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan. I think I said that twice. It doesn't matter. All of those guys. The way it works is they have special events. They have certain units that are required to unlock them. For Grandmaster Yoda, you have to have 7-star Jedi. For Palpatine, you have to have 7-star Rebels. And it varies depending on what legendary character you're wanting to go after. That it used to work was every legendary character, their event was randomly done every 3 or so months. And this was a great business idea for Capital Games, meaning every 3 or so months the event would pop up. People would see it. It's their only chance to get the character before the event goes away. It usually lasted about 5 days. People would panic farm, spend a lot of money to get their characters up just enough to unlock them, and then get them. It was a great business idea. But it was not good for everyone else, because if you missed that small window, you didn't get that character for 3 months. Enter the Journey Guide. This is now a place where all of the legendary characters, after they've been out for a year, are accessible at any time once you reach that mark. And some of them you don't even have to be the max level of level 85. So characters like Grandmaster Yoda, Thrawn, Emperor Palpatine, as long as you have the characters, you can go ahead and try to unlock them. And that's absolutely huge. I didn't get Grandmaster Yoda until I was level 85 in the game. Same with Palpatine and Thrawn. They were very hard to get and they were not easily accessible. So the idea that you can hop in here and just go ahead and go do the activity whenever you want and replay the activity if you think it's fun, that's awesome. That's phenomenal. It is a great way to start unlocking all of the characters that you love from Star Wars. Now, another great reason to come play the game is the community. Galaxy of Heroes actually has a really great community of people in it. Star Wars typically has a very toxic fan base. However, Galaxy of Heroes has a very friendly community of players that play. There are several YouTubers and gamers that have Discord servers with lots of people that love to talk about the game and help new players grow. I have a Discord server. There's a link down in the description if you're interested in joining, coming and chatting about the game. And other bigger name YouTubers also have Discord servers and would love to help you out. There are lots of great ways on how to improve as a free-to-play player or a new player. And this is a great way to build new friendships and to get to hang out with people that love Star Wars. So I think that the community is another fundamental reason why you might want to play the game. Now, one more thing to take into consideration when you're trying to determine if you want to play the game is the game has been out for, 6 or 7 years now. Is it worth playing? Is the game still being supported? And I would say yes and no. A lot of content is being added for end game players. Now, if you are watching this and you are going to be a new player coming to the game, becoming an end game player is not something to look at anywhere in the viable future unless you're willing to shell out thousands, and I mean like $5,000 to $6,000. The end game is not a viable place for you to reach anytime soon, and a lot of things are coming out are very end game heavy, like Galactic Legends, the new territory battles, stuff like that. However, there is new content being added to the game. New characters are being added all the time. They are very free-to-play accessible at 2 and 3 stars for anyone that reaches the level threshold, which I believe is 70. So very doable. They're adding new game modes such as Galactic Challenges. There's another one that has been leaked that may or may not be coming out. And they are adding new ships, things like that. So there are new things coming out. They do still support the game. Just from the new player perspective, it's not necessarily as prevalent, but that's not to say that that's not going to happen. Capital Games has put a lot of focus on free-to-play and new player accessibility with the new double shard drops, with the journey guide, with Sith Eternal Emperor, which is a very free-to-play accessible Galactic Legend. So it's definitely in their sights, and they've talked about reworking the gear grind to make gear easier to obtain for new players and free-to-play players. So there's definitely still hope. So while the game is more focused at the end game, there are things being added. Also with the addition of characters like Beskar Mandalorian, which is very free-to-play accessible and very easy to obtain versus the latest characters like Jedi Knight Luke and stuff like that that have been very hard to obtain. There are definitely still things being targeted at the free-to-play and new player base. All right, guys, so hopefully this discussion, you found this helpful, and hopefully it helps you decide one way or the other if this is a game for you. If you're interested or want to know more, feel free to leave a comment down below or join my Discord. I would love to talk to you about this game, and there are many other people in my Discord that would love to talk to you too. If you found this video helpful and would like more videos about free-to-play and beginning player knowledge, please let me know down in the comments, and that is something I would definitely consider making. Finally, again, if you found this video helpful, please drop a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I do support a lot of Star Wars content, and I do stream Grand Arena for this game on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. We will talk to you later. Peace out.